Look, honestly, I don't know where to even start. I've kind of just set up the camera, the microphone, and sat down here. I'm currently in Lanark's Heads near Byron Bay with some mates in a really nice villa. And I thought I would go to the side for a little bit and take some notes down as to what I kind of want to touch on. So I guess the best point to start at is, who am I? I'm Jaydn Scott, 21-year-old stylist and tailor based in Queensland, Australia. Now, since February, I have gone and done my in-person training at Australian Style Institute. And I think the biggest thing that I have learned so far is that there's so many different personalities and different body shapes, different attitudes towards life on this journey. And I've had the chance to work on some amazing photo shoots, from hair care products to swimwear brands to jewelry brands. And I think, considering I only started, let's say, 4 months ago, back in February, is insane. And the journey that I have been able to take to where I am now. I kind of fell into this position by luck. I had a lot of clients coming to me from the tailoring, asking for more than just suits. And I had to think to myself, well, A, how do I capitalize on this, and how can I help them and ultimately help myself and upskill? And that's where I found Australian Style Institute and started to go and develop my skills as a stylist. Now I'm personal shopping, virtual styling, editorial styling on photo shoots, as I discussed before. And I was reflecting last night, and I think that's why I want to record this video as well, is why do I want to start a YouTube channel? What's the whole point behind it? Because there's a bit of a stigma. Oh, he's a YouTuber. Oh, he's an influencer. He's trying to make it. But the funny thing is everyone's laughing until they're not. And I think my biggest thing is I want to be able to help people find their style, feel better within themselves on a wider capacity than what I can facilitate just meeting one-on-one with clients. And I'm always surrounded by videographers, content creators. And I think now's the time where I sit here and start. I'm very competitive with who I hang around, and I know they have just started their personal brand. So I'm using this as a little bit of a competition, let's be honest. I think the biggest thing that I need to focus on is what makes me happy and what do I want to see out of this channel. I got plans for everywhere from, styling your favorite local influencers based here in Gold Coast, Queensland, all the way to traveling overseas and styling your favorite influencers and celebrities. I think this will be a great educational platform for people to learn about their own personal styling and how to develop their skills as well. I think my journey kind of started when I was a young kid, kind of going down the wrong paths. Still quite young, let's be honest. But I kind of come to a intersection, and it was like you can either go one way or you can go the other way. And I was quite close to going down the wrong path. I was wearing the good old roadman outfits, Eshe outfits, as you'd like to say. And I think the fashion culture around that was very, very popular in what people were wearing. Had a bit of a stigma behind it, stereotype. And that's where I think I first found and kind of fell in love with fashion. I wanted to start my own clothing brand. It was called Young and Ruthless at the time, and then started attracting the wrong audience. And as I said, I had to choose whether I wanted to go down path A or path B. And I decided to go down path A and turn my life around, and decided, you know what, I want to have a better future for myself. I want to be able to provide for the people around me, and I want to be able to connect with the world's best people. And I wasn't going to do that by drinking on the weekends, partying all the time. And, my 20s were the years that I needed to start knuckling down and grinding. And that's kind of where I fell into the love of starting a clothing brand. The unicorn business, as we call it. It's very hard, very, very hard environment to get going without capital. So I tried to look down other avenues as to how I could get it to go off. And I started to look into tailoring. was very interesting, learning about different fabrics, and learned off Google and YouTube, and got a couple of clients pay me to do a couple of suits. And then from there, I'm like, where can I go and learn more about this industry? And it was to go and actually work for someone. And what I did is I went and worked for a local tailor shop, ended up working my way up to manager. And then, as I discussed before, clients were coming to me asking for more than just suits. And, you know, we do a lot of weddings, and it's a one-time client, and it's hard to get a client to come back again because they're only going to get married once. You'd hope so anyway. So that's where I kind of fell in, was like, all right, where do I go from here? How do I turn these one-time clients into returning clients over and over again? And that's where I found out styling. It was a very feminine environment, and that's where I wanted to come in and disrupt the industry and be like, how can I put my spin on this? I've worked with all body shapes, all genders, and I think the biggest lesson that I've learned is everyone's the same. Everyone's going through their own path and their own journey. And I think that's the biggest thing that I have learned, is life is one big game. And if I can provide as much value and advice and knowledge to the next generation of, I guess you could say, future leaders, entrepreneurs, businessmen and women, then that's what I'm going to do. And that's the reason why I started this channel in the first place. So I'm Jaydn Scott. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on the next couple of videos. There's some big things coming. See you soon.